Star Wars Issue 3 sees the Tarkins will finish up the Rebel fleet in the Mid-Rim, with Commander Zara told that the last Rebel lead they have has just been destroyed. Zara is confident that they will find more since she has many plans in motion. The Lieutenant wants to execute repair orders on the damaged ship's hull, having drawn up duty rosters for the large section of the Tarkinsville that has been destroyed. But Zara says that she doesn't want to do something foolish like that since the damage means something to her and everyone else on board. The Lieutenant is confused since he wasn't briefed on anything about the ship, learning from Zara it's a memorial for the tragedy that was the Death Star destruction. When the Death Star was destroyed, thousands were killed by Leia Organa's traitorous insurgency, the Rebellion. Some of the wreckage of the Death Star hit nearby ships. One of them was the Fortitude, which was soon marked to be scuttled. But when Darth Vader gave Zara her mission to hunt down the rebels, she chose this ship and renamed it Tarkin's Will, recruiting its original crew as well since they will never forget what happened to the Death Star. The Lieutenant says that he had no idea as Zara tells him that the rebels will come to fear this ship. He asks if Zara had someone close to her on board the Death Star and she said she did, and soon she will whisper their name into Leia Organa's ear as she cuts the rebels' throat. On Bespin, Luke, Leia, Lando and R2 head towards Cloud City. Luke wonders if his saber would still be there and Lando reassures him that he can find it, knowing that the system that would have taken the metal saber would have put it in the automatic collection system, meaning it ended up in the trash. Lando isn't sure why Leia decided to tag along since she should be looking after Operation Starlight, but Leia says the operation will take care of itself since she's got her own reasons for going to Bespin, mainly to keep an eye on Lando. Luke knows that Lando wasn't clear why he needed to come back after all, but the former administrator will only say that he has debts he wants to pay. Suddenly, the shuttle is buzzed by two Cloud City cars, wanting their clearance codes to enter the Forbidden City, but since they don't have any, it's up to Lando to turn on his charm. Lando recognizes one of the guards as Karen Citra, asking him how his boy is and how he wants to get into the city and take it back from the Empire, and all Karen needs to do is let them inside. Karen knows that the Empire will shoot him down before he can get there, but Lando tells Luke to get close. The turbo laser batteries soon open fire and Luke evades the blast, but only just, moving closer to the Cloud City. Getting close, Lando activates his wrist computer, deactivating the defense grid, impressing Princess Leia as he tells her the city belongs to him. Upon landing the shuttle and disembarking, their ship is blown up by the arriving stormtroopers, whom Lando takes care of with his computer, closing a door on them and crushing them. The heroes right themselves and Lando tells Luke and R2 that they need to get to the smelting core D52, since that's where the saber is most likely. Luke wonders where Lando is going and he opens a door in a wall, saying that he's got to pay his debt. Leia says that she won't be going with Luke since she's got her own errand to run, told by Lando to stay off comms and be quick about it. Luke wants to help Leia in her mission, but she tells him to go off and find his lightsaber. The heroes go about their missions and Luke heads to the weather vane he fought Vader on, giving him bad memories of the fight. Leia heads to the carbon freezing chamber that Han was taken to, as Lando finds Lobot, who has been hooked up to the central processing core of the city. He tries to free his friend, but Lobot is overcome with pain as an alarm goes off, alerting the Imperial captain on the station. The captain learns that the alarm means that the impurities in the Tabana gas that are usually filtered out and frozen in carbonite to be shot into the sun are now being vented back into the planet and could infect everything they touch, including the entire supply of Tabana on Bespin. The captain wants it shut down, but the officer can't since it's all happening from the central control mainframe. The captain orders his men to get down there as Leia looks over the decarbonization sequences. Soon she is found by some stormtroopers, pretending to them that she works there, but the troopers know that she is no Ugnaught, stunning her. Lando meanwhile has his mission interrupted by stormtroopers, forcing him to seal himself in the mainframe away from them. He contacts Luke asking for help, and Luke says he will help, but R2 just found him at the smelting room and he will just grab his saber and head up to meet Lando. That's easier said than done as Luke discovers the smelting core is one big junk pile, where his lightsaber could be anywhere. As the Tabana gas impurities flood the atmosphere of Bespin, Captain Tanch learns of Leia being captured. his men thinking that she's just some no-name rebel. He tells his ensign to follow protocol, which sees the rebel transported to the closest ISB outpost for interrogation. The troopers get the orders and they are more than happy to deal with the rebel scum, activating the carbon freezing chamber and freezing Leia in a block of carbonite, ready for shipment to the ISB. Star Wars Issue 3 was a really fun adventure issue that took us back to Bespin, a place I didn't think we'd be returning to so quickly. I enjoyed the dynamic between Luke, Leia and Lando, who obviously fills the Han role, but is also so different from him in terms of the way he talks with the team and how he's so assured of himself, and he has this charm about him that's so different from Han's that it makes the dynamic different and more interesting in my opinion. The Imperial villains for this series is great as well, and I'm loving the detail of a destroyer being a kind of floating memorial for the Death Star, with its entire crew having a vendetta against Princess Leia. The surprise ending has me excited for the next issue and just how Leia is going to escape her own carbonite slab. I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10.